Thank you guys for joining on, I think, the 12th day of this coronavirus evening update for home service professionals. So every day at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we go live in Zoom. So if you're registered for Zoom, that is absolutely the best experience for this. We also try to go live in Facebook. That's really a hit or miss, though. So if you are here, we're so happy to have you, whether this is your 12th or whether this is your first. These are full of information regarding ways to combat the coronavirus in your home service business. So we start off with Mel doing a state of the world as it pertains to you and really the most high level important pieces that's going to help you understand and make the next make your next move. Then we move into a broader topic that we actually take a deep dive on. So yesterday we went over everything you really need to know about the CARES Act from a high level perspective. So we went through what it is, who qualifies for it, and how to apply. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that later before we go into our topic for today. But that's just an idea of the types of things that we're talking about here. We like to talk about safety, operations, your people, all of it is important. So that's why we like to cover a wide variety of it all. So what you can do is help spread the word about this webinar, get this out there to more of your home service friends. Honestly, it's valuable to those who just own small service or small businesses. So if you want to invite those friends too, please feel free to. This information is for everyone. We've actually been a lot better at uploading past episodes into YouTube. So I know we get a lot of questions about that. I even see one here. Where do I see past episodes of this? Go to our YouTube channel, just Housecall Pro, and you'll see a past episodes. So that is my spiel to open up with. I'll pass the mic off to Mel, and I'm going to try casting this to Facebook. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Melina Fairley. I'm the Senior Vice President of People at Housecall Pro, and our intent of coming to you tonight and every night is to just give you a quick world update and then dive into the topics that matter most right now to your business. So as point of introduction, please feel free to call me Mel. I'm not a reporter or a scientist. I'm a homeowner. I'm a mom of 4. My 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th graders have successfully found the end of the internet and are hoping that this all ends quickly so they can go back to school, which is something I certainly never thought I'd hear. They're tiptoeing around me right now as we speak, as they're all getting kicked out of the house and off the internet. Professionally, I have more than 20 years of HR experience, and I spent a majority of my career before coming to Housecall with the retail grocery company Trader Joe's. So I have great respect and empathy for all of our frontline businesses right now, our grocery stores, our drugstores, doctors, nurses, plumbers, everyone working in an essential home service right now. My family's thoughts and prayers are with all of you during this time. So here is your update for Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. So as of 3:15 today, Pacific time, the global count, according to Johns Hopkins, of coronavirus cases is over 850,000. And total deaths worldwide is over 41,000 at this time. So Roland's giving you a nice view there of the map that I look at. This is actually updated since I looked at it. I had reported just over 41,000 deaths. It's up to over 42,000 deaths. So in the US, you can see that we've surpassed 186,000 cases and we're over 3,700 deaths. So with that climb, the US is now ahead of China in terms of lives lost.
Yep. And given the amount of cases that we see as well, obviously that's still going to be climbing at a pace that probably matches what we saw happen in China.
Yeah, they still outpace us for cases, but our deaths have surpassed theirs at this point. And as I think everyone's probably aware, New York City remains the hardest hit by the outbreak. So according to the dashboard we were just looking at, New York City is approaching 1,000 deaths, at least as of about an hour ago. So we also heard a few days ago about an outbreak aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier, and that is still an active situation. So several cases have been evacuated, but the majority of the more than 100 cases remain on board that ship, which is currently in Port in Guam. So that's something for us to keep an eye on. Yesterday, notably, thousands of warehouse and delivery drivers for Amazon and Instacart walked off the job. I don't know about you, but delivery drivers are certainly keeping my family going. We've made the decision not to grocery shop or run errands. So these workers, which some of their companies and some Americans are calling heroes, the people in the front lines making sure we get the supplies we need to shelter in place, they're asking for things like access to sick leave, better personal protection equipment, increased pay. So that certainly will be something that I think we'll begin to see those companies talk more about. And overall, and I know that everyone here has been impacted in some way. You're showing up to find out either what's next or what do I do now. The U.S. financial situation continues to be challenged. Unemployment is expected to exceed World War II levels. And a recent poll found that approximately a third of Americans report that a member of their household has either been laid off or had their pay reduced, showing us just how widespread the effects are. So think about that. You know, a third of Americans have their household member impacted. So
yeah,
really,
it's quite a number.
Yeah, really truly something that is starting to hit home, as they say. And notably, one study found that the US economic trends that we're seeing resemble more of a natural disaster than an economic recession, which is interesting because that could provide some insight into how our recovery could progress after the pandemic recedes, which I know is something that all of us are praying for right now.
Yeah, and that's why oftentimes you'll hear people talking about like a V rebound. So it's not a progressive rebound back, but a real quick ramp back up to normal, which is really important to all of us watching this video, because we're going to be giving you advice on how to make it so that your business can ramp up really quick as well, because you don't want to be stuck in that slow growth stage. You want to ramp right back up.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Mel, for the state of the world. Mel, maybe coming back on later to answer some of your questions. So thank you, Mel, for your state of the world. And now on to our main topic, how to save money and create your own marketing campaigns and graphics. So we're going to actually welcome our special guest on, Natalie, who works on our team. She is a marketing extraordinaire. We call her the Canva Queen, and she's here to teach you today how easy it is to create your own coronavirus campaign. So just to see where everyone is standing right now, since the coronavirus pandemic has started, who here has created a new marketing campaign or a new ad, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, an email campaign, a text campaign, something to your customers that that has been focused around the coronavirus, and maybe steps and precautions that you're taking, or maybe deals that you have? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you have, let us know the type of medium that you're doing this on. Is it on Facebook? Did you do it through an email? We want to see what you guys are doing. It'll help us continue to come out with content and resources and templates to help ease your day, because if you're already doing it, we can just create more stuff for you. So cool. I see Facebook. There's Anna. Always good to see Anna. Actually, one of the things that Anna has done, I put in a PDF of examples that we'll be showing you guys, of real examples that other pros have done. Cool. So we see Facebook, email.
Next door, that was cool. EDDM.
EDDM. What's EDDM?
Every door direct mail. So it's essentially if you send out anything physical flyer through the US postal mail, you do routes. We see a lot of SMS here too. So good amount of SMS. Not me, but I would like to. So I'm glad
So that's really good. Thank you guys for letting us know. So the last few broadcasts have been very heavy and also very serious around the legislation of revolving around the CARES Act. We've talked about those programs within it, like the Paycheck Protection. We talked about recovery rebates. Yesterday, it was an hour-long webinar, and we had actually a panel of guests on, of people who spent their weekend researching and digging into each new act. So if you have not yet watched that, that is now on our YouTube channel. Please follow along with that and the PDF. If you haven't done that yet, you are shooting yourself in the leg right now. It goes through how to apply for an SBA loan, the EIDL, the PPP, if you qualify, if you don't qualify, and how to apply. So that was really what we've been talking about. The bulk of, I want to say, the last 3 4 days. So today we thought we'd switch it up a bit because it's not just about how to apply for money and how to take advantage of of government programs. What this group and what this Zoom is really used for is we're trying to equip you and work with you to create new marketing strategies to make sure you're not only getting through this time, but setting yourself up for success in the long run. And so that really boils down to being creative with your marketing strategies right now. So that's what we hope to provide to you today. So
yeah, so learning new things during these times when you maybe have a little extra time on your hands is going to pay a lot of dividends going forward, because some of the things we're going to show you here is going to be really clear how you can cut out maybe a lot of costs out of your business, not just now, but also going forward in the future, because things may be a lot simpler than they appear. And Natalie's going to walk us through some of the different things that she's already created in the templates just in the span of today for all of you guys.
Yeah, so before we get in, I'll have Natalie introduce herself, but what you can expect from this and what we hope you take away from this is, one, that you're confident enough to start creating new ads and new graphics for your Facebook marketing, emails, text. We're going to show you how easy it is to create and customize it to be on brand with your business. So we've created customizable templates for you guys, and we've actually collected a lot of great examples from people who are watching this right now, pros who are in the coronavirus Facebook group. As you guys are sharing, we're taking screenshots because it's giving us ideas on how to better serve and create items and content for you. So I actually have a PDF handout in addition to the awesome templates Natalie has made for you, just some ideas to get you inspired. And my challenge to you is create a new marketing campaign this week, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, an email or a text, whatever medium you want. But my challenge to you is to create one and kind of think outside the box with it. So I'll hand it over to Natalie, who's going to introduce herself and dive into the bulk of our content today.
Awesome. Well, yeah, excited to talk to you all about marketing. I work really closely with Alexa and Roland at Housecall, and Alexa and I are always putting together scrappy marketing campaigns that are due at the end of the day, and a really great tool that we use to do all of those is Canva. So basically what we'll do today is we'll walk you through how to set up a free Canva account. It's a tool that you can use that's completely free. You don't have to have any design skills or any, Alexa and I, we don't know how to do anything. We just do all of it in Canva. Yeah, if you want, should we go through and kind of walk them through how it works, maybe even set up a free account?
Yeah, so let's share your screen and walk through literally in the next couple minutes here how they can even just set it up and get to the templates that we've got for them.
Awesome. So we made 4 different templates here. So we have Facebook and Instagram posts, we have Facebook and Instagram stories, email headers, and FAQs. So we'll share all of these with you. So
FAQs, Natalie? What covers the FAQs? The other ones are pretty self-explanatory, but there's a bunch of different types of FAQs. You might be going through that, but can you explain a little bit?
Yeah, so the social posts are going to be pretty coronavirus heavy, you can see here. And then in terms of the FAQs, those are one that we made actually a while back and I think would be helpful to bring back up. And those are just questions that your customers are likely having and that you get a chance to answer. So, I'm sure it'll be different for each company out there, but you can just go in and I'll show you in Canva. It's really easy to change the text, change the colors, add your logo, and really make these high quality marketing materials that look like you paid an agency a few $1,000s to make, but in reality, you did it all for free on your own computer. So basically when you get this link, you'll see this. This is how it'll look for you. And then you can click use template right down here. And we'll go ahead and sign up just so it'll look like for you. So my name's Natalie. I don't think Super Pro has one, does it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, Natalie and I, we can call it faking it till you making it. Our goal is to create and we do this a lot in the Lady Pros group. If you are a woman in the trades, whether you are a technician, you are an office manager, an owner, please request to join the Lady Pros Facebook group. Natalie and I used to do a bunch of this stuff in there. Our goal is to provide you guys with resources and strategy that are free. And if they're not free, then at least very, very cheap, because we like saving money and we know you guys do too, especially during a time like this.
Yep. So this is what the template will look like for you. And as Alexa mentioned, it's a really great way to save money on your marketing templates. So these are all ones that we've made. So some up here is just a general update. Here in text, you could easily go in and write whatever you want. So you could say like we are an essential service. You could add what other protocols you're going through, like offering virtual estimates. So all of these are really easy. If you find that the text you're adding is too long, you could make it smaller, make it larger. A lot of different tools up here if you want to change font, color, underline, bold, all of those things. And there's a lot that we have down here. And what all of these ones are focused on is they're all customer centric. So what your customers are thinking right now, a lot of them are probably scared to have you in their homes right now. So a lot of this is really aimed at making sure that they know that it's safe for you to come and service their house and how you're going to go about that. And then another really great one here that Roland had found was kind of a support local post. So it costs $0 to do a lot of really great things that would help your business. So following you, liking posts, sharing content, leaving reviews, all of these things are free ways for your customers to support you. So this is a really good one that you could share.
Should we do one live here on this one? Do you want to do it live?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So in chat here, I want one of you guys, or however many of you guys, post your website URL here. So Natalie can go grab the logo off of it and throw it in here so we can show you how easy it is to make. And we'll literally just send you the end result here. So go ahead, just type in your website here and we'll go grab your logo. And then, all right, we got a ton.
Cool.
Okay,
and you can
so
do
Natalie,
brand colors and everything to make them like fully on theme with your brand and your company. It's really easy to do it in Canva.
So my chat is acting up. So Roland, we can either choose the first one or randomly select there. But what we're gonna do now, our goal is to show you actually how stinking easy this is. Like it's almost laughable. You can do it. Like our goal is to make you confident here. So we're going to take someone's website. We're going to go in, we're going to find your logo, maybe even some pictures you have of yourself and your text, and take your company brand colors. And we're going to create a custom Canva template in here for you. So you guys can get a feel of how easy this is to do. So
all right.
You want to choose one?
Yeah. So let me go here. There's so many here. Okay, let's start with, here we go, dryerventpros.llc.com. Just something really simple here.
Cool.
All right, so there's the logo and we got that cool blue color. We got book online.
So Natalie, as you're doing this, can you walk us through your thought process and what you're doing?
Yep, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to get the logo, and pretty much that's all I'll need to get the color scheme and to get the logo, which I can easily drop onto Canva. So on the left-hand bar here, you'll see there's a ton of really cool things, templates, which you could use. You could type anything in here to get cool templates, photos, elements. There are a lot of stickers on here, and as you all know, or at least that we are very aware of as marketers, is that videos perform really well. So if you type stickers in here, you can get a lot of moving graphics you could add to your images. But we'll go down here to uploads, and I'm gonna upload that logo that I just downloaded. So I'm gonna grab that. And perfect. Oh, and it even has the background removed. So that's a really important part, is that so you can see here, I could drag this logo over the text and there's no background. If you have a logo and you don't have access to your version that doesn't have the background, if you just Google free background remover, you can easily find a tool online that will remove the background for you, and it'll look a lot better and cleaner when you're putting it on your templates.
Cindy has a comment here. Reminder not to grab images from Google Images. They're probably copyrighted and you'll get in big trouble, money. So I definitely see the point here. So maybe Natalie and I have been going about this the wrong way. We grab images from Google all the time, screenshots, but I guess the best way to go about doing this is free stock photos, because those are actually free. Natalie, do you have any insight on that?
In Canva, actually, if you go here to photos, you could use all these photos and they're completely free. So you can use all of them. What you could do here you could type like plumber So some of these will be free. Some of the other ones you'll see they'll say pro, which means you have to pay for, but we'll do, I mean, a quick sidebar.
Yeah, you're like $1.
Yeah, I could go into this more in depth, but actually when you search on Google Images,
you can write that's got the right.
Yeah, so you could just do a quick filter under more, or not more, it's under
settings.
Yep.
Maybe tools.
Maybe not settings.
Oh no, there you are.
Oh yeah, tools.
There you go, usage rights.
So you can filter here, so labeled for reuse. And these are ones that you could use without any trouble. But if you're using images on a small scale, it shouldn't be too big of an issue for you. But if you really want to be safe, just click tools, labeled full reuse on Google.
Thank you for pointing that out, Cindy. And also too, over getting images from Google, we always suggest using your own pictures of you, your trucks, your guys, of work that you've done. The best stuff that you can create is stuff that is your own work. So just remember that as you're going through and creating these, because there's options here for you to add pictures, like putting your logo there. There we go.
Literally, you can just drop it right there, and there you go. Like it's that easy.
Super
you can share that.
Super personalized. If something like this one probably won't show well on the black, but we always use little bars that are really easy to make if you type in square. You could just make a little bar here. And you position, and then right here in position, that's kind of the layers of it. So if it's covering something, you just hit backwards and it goes in the back. And this can help you see your logo in case it's a color that doesn't really work well with the template.
That looks good. We have a comment from Bonnie. Our marketing manager uses Canva and we get charged when you use their images. Minimal, yes. But you can use it for print and postcards. That's where we have been charged comparable to other services. That's cool. I didn't know you could do postcards through Canva.
Right here, if you press download, there's a lot of different options. So for ones that are postcards, you'll have the opportunity to like purchase them, and it's the same with flyers. I've never done it though, so I'm not sure what the prices are.
And then one other thing, Natalie, that you can do, what's really cool about Canva is you all have your awesome logo colors and your brand colors. Can you show us how I would add my logo color to be like a master color scheme in all my Canva creations?
Yeah, great question. So as you can see here, there's lots of different colors because we're making generic ones. But up here, when you press the color button, there's all these different sections for colors, right? But what you can do is you could add your brand colors. So that way that in case of like, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what blue is in this logo right here, if you know that what the actual number value is, you could use the same colors across all of your images, and that'll make you look a lot more professional. So we'll go to homepage real quick. That's wanting me to do. Okay. Let's exit out of this. Okay, so we'll go to brand kit. So that's on the left here. You'll see brand kit. You'll click that. So you could add your logo here. So I could add that. So that one's gonna make me try it for free. But I think we can do brand colors for free. So Housecall Blue. Do you know what Housecall Blue is?
Ooh, tough question.
Pantone 299.
No, that's not going to work in there. It's got to be a hex.
Okay. Yeah, it's got to be a hex.
Either way, whoever created your website or your logo should be able to give you your colors, but also too on the original image, you can actually see, Natalie, when you went onto the colors, it pulled image colors. So if your logo colors or if your brand colors are in your logo, which they should be, you can just download and save them from there.
Yep. So if we add, let's say I add a blue and a red here, like you can see there's so many different colors, so many different shades of those. If I add those two colors and I go back to my designs and I want to make this background that color, it'll show up here under this palette. So now I can use the same blue for every single one of my images, and that's really going to help them look really cohesive, especially if you're trying to have a really universal look for your Facebook and your Instagram. So that way when people are going and stalking you to see if you're a really good service, everything looks the same and everything looks really professional.
So let's go over all these different ones that you kind of created here, just so all the pros can see.
Yeah, so from the top, we talked about really briefly about the update one. So this is any 3 really big changes that you've made to your business. This is a great spot to put that there. You can put your company name here, Dryer Event Pros. Yep. As of March 30th. Down here, we're saying how you're protecting your customers from the coronavirus. So maybe here you're talking about all the different measures that your techs are now taking. Maybe they're wearing masks, they're wearing gloves, they are able to service your house without even interacting with you. So all of those innovative ways that you've changed your business, this is a great spot to mention that. Then we went over that it costs $0 to support local home services. So these are really great ones. Saying that you're still open and here to help. That's, I've got a few of those in there. We have no contact service calls. I know that's a really big one that's been going around. So mentioning how that works, and then maybe adding a CTA, a call to action at the end that says, if you have more questions, like send us a message on Facebook. I know, yeah, a lot of you are changing the way that you're doing your service calls. So just kind of making that clear to your customers. Letting them know that safety is first. I've been using this little kind of disclaimer at the bottom of a lot of them. So this is one that you might even want to include on all of your posts, where it says COVID-19 safety in place. So this just lets your customer know that you have adapted to the news and that you are performing your services in light of their safety in mind. So that's a really good one to put on yours that not a lot of people are doing, but that will kind of elevate your service amongst the rest, because right now people are just, they're really in fight or flight mode and they're really looking to be safe. So if you can show them that they can be safe by booking you, then you're 100 steps ahead of the game. And that's what a lot of these are kind of talking about.
Virtual estimate. So we have a couple questions. Can you talk about the different types of templates? So Natalie, right now we're going over the Instagram and Facebook ones. What other ones have we created for them? Maybe show the email headers, because I know a lot are using MailChimp or SendJim or whatever other platform you're using.
Let's go to the email headers.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, we're going to give you guys the links for this. So literally what you're seeing here is what you're going to get. All you need to do is press that continue button to then go in, and you're going to get all of these ones right here. So you don't have to go into search for them in templates inside of Canva. They'll automatically pop up just because you click that link.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have all of these too. Yeah, so these are all similar. As I mentioned before, it's really important to communicate with your customers in a time like this. So all of these are email headers. So if you're using MailChimp, which Roland had showed in a previous broadcast how to use, this is a really great header image that you can put at the top of your email templates to make them look a lot more professional. So it's just, you just download this as an image and add it to your email template. And so these are kind of going off of the post. So kind of giving them an intro, like you've made changes to keep, this was to say open. We are open. We're changing the way we serve your home. Really just making them feel safe. I like
that green check mark one.
Yeah, the COVID-19 safety in place. Letting them know that we're open. Again, but that you're being safe about it. So these are just a lot of ones in here. Maybe offering different coupons. These are the ones that we've made. So we also made an Instagram story one as well. Ones that we didn't make, but that are also easy to just kind of use in Canva. I can show too on, like, these are templates. Oh, go ahead.
And then as Natalie pulls this up, something to note too, and like a common thing I see when I see pros posting either their Facebook or their Instagram or email headers, whatever they're posting, is it's really common to just try and fit as much information as you can on there. But really what we recommend here is like clean is the best way to do it, like safety first. Like what else can you say for that? Like you're not talking in detail here about all of your safety precautions. Maybe you're just doing masks when we walk in, booties, 6 feet away. So just keep that in mind as you guys are creating this. And I keep seeing again the question, how do we get this link? We're going to be posting it in the chat, and we're also going to be posting it and pinning it to the top of the Facebook group. Yeah, so you'll have access to it in both those places.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I would say that these are just the images that's going to catch someone's eye as they're scrolling through the feed. And where you come into play and getting all those details is in the description. So take time, write out a really long Instagram description, a long Facebook description. Lately, it's been proven statistically that those longer descriptions that take more thought are actually getting more engagement. So be detailed with your customers in that way, be detailed in the email, but with the graphics, you want to keep the text to as little as possible.
Yeah, and don't be afraid of using emojis too in those descriptions. So there's a
Yeah.
couple different tools where you can figure those out, but those really, that and spacing. So try not to make just one massive blob paragraph. Think about how you're writing it and what points are salient, and then put bullets on them, right? Or add emojis to break it up a little bit. Makes it a little easier to read.
Yep. And then one last thing I'll say is that, so these are all really great starting points, but let's say that you have an idea for one that you want to use. I'll just show you real quick how to create one from scratch. It takes just a few seconds. So maybe you want to do a Facebook post. We'll do a blank one. You could use templates, there's a ton of them, or you could just start out by using a background that you like, uploading a logo that you have. Any images? I don't have any images in here. I wonder if yeah, any images that you have of you and your text, and then there's elements here. So maybe you're doing virtual estimates. If you type phone under elements, it'll give you all these really cool phones. And whenever you see a little cloud like that, that means you could drag a image into it. So if I go to photos and I type in sync, I could just drag that into there. Well, they're
Syncs and dryer vents go naturally together.
Yeah.
I know, I was just thinking I should probably change that. Let's do
Dryer vent.
These are all paid. Well,
You guys get the idea.
and then text that you want, you just add it. It's super simple. And you could say whatever you want in just a few seconds and make it look really good.
And as always, as I say on every single one of these, because we're encouraging you guys to think outside the box and do new types of advertising, if you're doing something in Canva and you want feedback on it, post it in the coronavirus discussion group, tag myself and Natalie, and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah,
We're there to help in any way.
Yeah, and then for dryer vent pros, I don't know if you guys want me to finish the one on the broadcast, but I can do that later too and give it to them.
Yeah, maybe later.
Yeah.
So some other ideas, and then I see a question here, and we'll have Roland tackle it. And I don't know if we'll have time to do, if we want to do like the Facebook boost, or maybe we just do that a different day. Because this was a lot to take in. So some ideas that we've had for you throughout the last 3 weeks, as we've been talking about the stimulus bill, and we've been talking about employee safety and customer safety. So just a little roundup of your hit list. And so we'll post these as well. Safety policies that you're screening calls, PPE protocol list. Roland, what does PPE stand for again?
Personal protective equipment.
So these are like your booties, your mask, what you are wearing and what your guys are wearing. So that's an idea for a post. Supporting other local businesses. I think this is genius to do, especially that everyone should be using that. It takes $0 to support your local home service business. I think that's a really great one. The $1,200 stimulus check, Roland, you want to talk a bit about this post idea?
Yeah, so a couple different post ideas here. Obviously, people are getting their stimulus checks. On average, probably any household married with 2 kids, you're going to end up with, $3,000 to $4,000 stimulus check. So the purpose of the government giving those out is to get people to spend it and to help keep the economy afloat. So putting together a post that shows, hey, put your stimulus check to use. That would be a great one to talk about. Maybe offer a stimulus deal. If you're using your stimulus check, get a stimulus deal. Think about creative ways that you can use that, because that that's money coming. Obviously, you've got customers maybe that have told you, hey, I don't have any money right now, money's tight. Now's the time possibly to reach back out to them to get them to come back and book you. So that's a good idea. Obviously, we talked about supporting local business. One thing that's really smart to do is to swap and promote other businesses. So one thing that you can do is if there are other companies that you typically refer customers over to, tell them that you're going to make a post for them if they make a post for you. So for example, if I send people over to Alexa's Plumbing Company, I might say, hey, support Alexa's Plumbing Company. And I'm going to make that post from that Canva that we showed. And then Alexa can do the same for me and say, hey, support Roland's Carpet Cleaning Company. So that's a great way. I know many of you guys are B&I groups as well, Chamber of Commerce and things like that, but you can really get together a ring of people and post those across. So that's another idea. Obviously, another good hack that I've seen working is when you're en route to a customer or potentially calling a customer, letting them know, hey, is there anything that I could pick up along the way that you might need? Just incur some goodwill. Obviously, promoting virtual estimates is a big one. Kevin and Emily McGrath have a really cool one here. Let me see if I can share my screen. Where did my Zoom window go? There we go. All right, share. Let me get this here. I'm going to show you guys some examples. Okay. We're going to send out this PDF as well. Afterwards, we're going to post a link to this and also include it in our downloadable file here. But here's some other really good ideas. You know, before each appointment, asking our customers if they need anything. That's great. So here's some examples here. We want to help when we come up with a plan, a free 1-inch filter. So now Sherlock Plumbing here is doing filters. Obviously, one thing that's great to do is, you know, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So we've got all these types of ads and things that other people are doing to do any kind of advertising. So take from other people, see what they're doing, see what's working, see what's out there. This is even just locally, you know, here you have COVID-19 safety protocols in place. You know, here's this check box. So this is exactly what Natalie was talking about, COVID-19 safety in place. Here's the virtual estimates. So you can see Kevin and Emily McGrath, they made a really cool thing here saying virtual estimates. Here's a call. They even included how to do it and book them online. So you can do a Zoom call. You can see here Kevin looking over at a furnace through Zoom here. So advertising that you do that. You know, give your vehicle the flu shot. You can see him steaming it using materials there. So we're going to share you guys this cheat sheet of different ideas, so that way you can take a look at it. And if you guys see anything, or you guys want feedback, like Alexa said, I'll post them in the coronavirus group. If you think it might be a little too much or not enough, post it in there. We'll help give you some feedback before you throw it out there.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have access to the questions. Zoom won't let me see them. So maybe Roland, you can choose a top one to answer here. We didn't have that many tonight. Hopefully it's because like this was a breath of fresh air and that this material was actually really easy to understand. It's not as scary as like figuring out how the heck to get money from the government. So hopefully this was a good little break in terms of topic for you, even though they're both equally important. We want you to watch all of them. And that was a question I saw asked a lot. Where can I watch these past ones? You can watch them on YouTube, Housecall Pro, or you can go to housecallpro.com/coronavirus. And then it says see past episodes, I think, right, Mel?
Yeah,
I've been posting that link a couple of times. It's in the chat. If you scroll up, I'll grab it again. Yeah, housecallpro.com/coronavirus, and there's a past episodes button. Roland, there is a question of, hey, do you recommend stories or regular posts to get the most reach? Drop us.
Natalie and Alexa are the best to answer this one for sure.
I think you should do both. I think if you do a post, you should have a story that goes along with it. That way that you are making sure that you're covering your customers no matter what they're looking at.
I agree with Natalie. That's something we try to do too, because you have those people who scroll through stories, and right now if you do not have a business Instagram or a business Facebook page, that is your first step to do, because think about people are bored sitting at home now. What are they doing? they're scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Facebook. I know for me, I've booked out a lot of services for the next couple months. I've used, I've like purchased things on ads. So just keep that in mind. Like this stuff is actually really worth your time to do because it's going to help you get booked down the line for those people who are sitting on the couch saying, yep, I do need to get this wall painted as soon as this coronavirus has died down. So both stories and a post, and the most important thing, make sure you are a public profile so they can share it, and always use that call to action. I know we include that on all of ours because that's how we get the word of our brand out there, and that's what you should do too. Call on your customers, call on your audience to help you share that you're doing free estimates, to help you share you're doing free local pickups in the area, or to nominate a neighbor like Mackenzie Medeiros was doing. We had her on last Monday. That was another great episode you guys should go and watch if you want some more creative marketing ideas.
We also had the question of what if your website just needs a complete makeover? So all of these things were very inspiring. What do I do if I don't like where I am with my website today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a couple different things. First thing I would say is with Housecall Pro, if you're using it, we've got a website builder. So if you want to, like, almost just as easy as Canva, get a quick website up that's super mobile friendly, very easy to use, you can use that. Inside of our app store as well, there's a company called Nice Job that has a product called Convert. They make beautiful websites, very affordable. It costs about $100 a month. So you're not spending thousands of dollars upfront, something that will deteriorate. So that's another great one to take a look at. Beyond that, Mr. Pipeline makes some really great websites. There's Big West Marketing out there, makes some great websites. I would say, if you really want to get super fancy, you can go to, what is it? Something Labs. You know what we'll do is I'll create a little list of some things just go check out. The best hack that I've ever found to figure out who to build your website is go look in other cities that are not your own, go to Google and go find the highest ranking websites in cities that are not your own. Typically, when you click on those websites, and if you like it, if you scroll to the bottom in the footer, it'll show you who built it. If that person that built it hasn't built one in your area, you can ask them to build one for yours. So that tip is go to a different region. So we're in San Diego, maybe I go look at LA plumbing, and go through the list of websites that I like that rank high. Scroll down to the bottom of the foot of those websites and figure out who built it, then reach out to them. So that's probably like the coolest hack. Remember though, you're gonna be paying quite a bit for that because they're super custom built. So hopefully I gave you guys a range from like a Prius to Tesla on that one.
Praise to Tesla. And then Laura from TNT Plumbing, and I recognize that business name too, also has a really great suggestion. Just as you're asking your customers to in your community to do, find a local small business who designs websites, work together, build each other up. And if you absolutely think that you can do it on your own, there's other websites like Wix or what's the other one, Natalie?
Squarespace.
WordPress, really easy. Yeah.
You can save the cost and do it yourself. Maybe you have a really techie nephew or niece to do it for you. I'm always for like employing the high schoolers and the kids as interns because that's how
a lot of time these days. I can attest to it with 4 kids between the ages of 12 and 15. They're sitting around with some time, throw them a little bit of cash that they can spend on their video games or whatever.
Yeah, like put them to work. It's great experience for them. And also the stuff that Natalie showed you today, like I'm sure it will come second nature to them. So if you need help from the younger generation, look to your kids, look to your grandkids, your neighborhood kids, put it out on Craigslist. There's, like Mel said, they're at home right now. Take advantage of their brain power and their skill set.
There was also a question, Roland, you might have some perspective on if using those stimulus checks that are coming as something to, help promote, like, hey, if there's been work that you needed, this might be the great time. Could that seem insensitive to those who have lost their jobs and are trying to make ends meet? I mean, what are your thoughts about trying to find that right balance, or how you might test if you found the right balance before taking something out to the major audience of your community?
Yeah, I almost feel like you anchored the question. So I'm going to state kind of the opposite almost, just because. So I feel like go be bold. The purpose of the stimulus check is to get money back in the economy and moving around. That money is not meant to be like hoarded or saved up for a rainy day fund. This is meant to be you know, a check for people that you can use it to pay bills. But there's necessary things, essential things that are going on in the home that need to get taken care of. And the point of the stimulus bill is to get money infused back into the economy and get it moving around. And as it goes around and around, that's what keeps it moving. So the point of the stimulus check is that. I don't think it would be particularly insensitive. I would just say, ask, and you'll either get people that will use it or they won't. And if they don't, then that's okay. They have other things that are more pressing. But don't think that it's not something that you could ask for. That'd be my advice. Obviously, if you want other opinions, throw it in the coronavirus room. Throw that ad out there. You know, obviously don't come in super hardcore, but if you want to get some other perspective, yeah, spend your entire stimulus check on this new air dryer thing. Well. Yeah, probably not. But just think about how the messaging comes together. And if you have questions, throw it in the group and we'll be happy to give some critiques or just some advice. Maybe tone it down or maybe pump it up. Maybe you're not being bold enough. But make sure you get it out there and you definitely ask for it, because you know now people are going to have some money to put back into the economy. You should be one of them.
Do we have any more questions? Or are we good for the night?
I see one up here I want to address. Mike Flowers asked how often to post. He said he's heard that to post 3 times a day during this time. I would say that's a lot for right now. I don't think posting more is going to necessarily get you more reach. We're very familiar with the algorithms at Facebook and Instagram, and a lot of times if you're posting a lot and no one's engaging, it's just not going to show it to anybody. I think best part, I mean, you can post every day. I think that's even a lot. I would say that's the max. I mean, minimum maybe 3 to 4 times a week, up to every day. I don't know what you guys think.
So going off of that, I always think quality over quantity. If it was worth, say, put yourself on the receiving end. If you're scrolling through, like, how many of you hate seeing ads and you're like, ugh, that was a waste of my eye space. Like, I can't, like, why would they just post this just to post? So be thoughtful with what you're posting and always have a call to action. Just make sure, whether that's to book you online, whether that is to visit your website or to check out the new precautions you're taking for COVID-19, make sure to always include that. Don't just post to post. You can always post like funny things. You can post memes, sprinkle those in there because that adds personality into who you are as a brand. And it's been like, for me, working with our super pros and all of our pros in Housecall, seeing the transformation of when you guys start caring about your social media and the campaigns you're putting out there to now, like, it comes second nature to you. It's fun. You're just going to have an ongoing list of things to post. So save those things. Don't spray them all at once. You know, don't post them all at once.
Good advice. Agreed.
Yeah, if you can't tell, this is what we normally love talking about. So if you guys want to hear more about this, like I said before, we not only want to talk about the CARES Act and really about like the nitty gritty legal and legislative stuff that is affecting you, and of course giving you your state of the world. We also want to talk about safety, operations, your people, marketing, just strategy all around. That's what this webinar is for. That's what that group is for. So we really, we want to know, and we need to know what you guys want to hear more about. So please feel free to post if there's a certain guest you want us to have on, if there's a certain topic that you want us to have. We are all ears, and we are here to serve you and be there as a friend and someone who has your back through this in any way that's possible through this whole ride. So I'll leave it at that. If you guys have any other questions for us, you want mine and Natalie's opinions on what you're creating in Canva, make sure to tag us. We'll post those links. Nat, if you can post the links in the chat box for all of the templates, I'll leave it up there for a minute, but we're just going to post them at the top of the Facebook group. So if you're not in there, coronavirus discussion for home service businesses, that's the group.
Yep, and if you do happen to use any of the templates that Natalie built for you guys, make sure to, if you tag Housecall in there, so at Housecall, or on Facebook, you can tag Housecall. If you do that, then we know that you're using the template, which means that we can get even more resources into creating more templates for you guys. Mm-hmm. So the more you guys can show us that you're actually using them, we'll actually go out and create some more for you guys and do that even on a weekly basis. So you guys have fresh content to get out there that all you need to do is slap your logo and slap your branding on there, just like Natalie showed you with the colors, and you'll be good to go. So we're going to give you all this content. It'll be in the Facebook group. If you tag us on it, we'll know that you want more of it. If you want more of it, we'll go make more of it for you guys. And then you can share more. And so it all comes around.
I'm going to try ending the meeting. We're going to post this on YouTube. Natalie will be posting the links at the top of the page. have a great rest of your Tuesday. I hope this sparked some creative Corona content for you. I don't know. That was bad. Okay. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 5.
Bye, everybody.
Fun topic. Thank you, everyone.